Welcome to the Online Advantage Podcast, where I show you how to use digital marketing to dominate your industry. I'm your host, Laura Peters-Avalos. I'm a practicing mindset coach, full-time travel blogger, and high-level marketing consultant. I find myself discussing business strategy and mindset more often than not, but when I'm not working on developing my business, you can find me exploring Colorado's amazing hiking trails or at our family cabin in northern Minnesota. I'll be showing up in your podcast feed every week with new tricks and strategies that you can implement to leverage your business to new heights. In today's episode, we're going to dive into another very common way that travel bloggers make money, and that's through display advertisements on our website. I'll tell you about the different kinds of ad networks you can join as a blogger and why some ad networks are better than others, and how you can increase your ad income with a few simple tricks. So stick around until the end so that you can hear about those. Now, to get started, I want to make sure that we are all on the same page here. One of the biggest confusions about travel blogging and our line of work is that people often think we earn money through social media by partnering with brands and posting pretty pictures. I wish it was that easy. But for most bloggers, that's usually not how it works at all. Most bloggers, especially those who use SEO, search engine optimization, they likely don't spend a lot of time on social media because they can see better results by understanding and appearing in Google search results. Therefore, earning money through social media partnerships is usually not how top travel bloggers make the bulk of their income. Instead, we earn money in a way that's very similar to how YouTubers make money. So let's say that you go to a YouTube video and you click on one that you want to watch. What's the very first thing that comes up on the screen? It's probably not the video that you were intending to watch. It's likely an advertisement. Now, the ads that are displayed before the videos you are watching are actually helping creators pay their bills while producing free information for you. And while bloggers can't display ads before videos the same way that YouTubers can, because we are website based, we are not video based, we can display ads directly on our website. So you can go to our website, mikeandlauratravel.com. It's literally written out, Mike, A-N-D, Laura, travel.com. And ads will pop up almost immediately when you get to our site. These ads, they help us, they pay bills, they put food on our table. Now, interestingly enough, bloggers tend to make a heck of a lot more from advertising than YouTubers do. Let me repeat that. Bloggers tend to make a heck of a lot more from advertising than YouTubers do. And here's why. YouTubers can only use one ad network for display ads, which is Google AdSense. And since YouTube is owned by Google, that is their rule. And since you're using their platform, you must abide by their rules. But with websites like blogs, you do not have to use Google AdSense since Google nor YouTube own your website. You own your website, so you get to decide this. Now, there are actually tons of ad networks out there that bloggers can join. So I'm going to go through some of them right now. The first ad network I want to highlight is called Mediavine. This is by far the best ad network out there for bloggers, not only for their generous revenue share. Basically, it means you're going to make more money, but for their customer support too. Not to mention, Mediavine works incredibly hard to make sure their ads don't negatively affect your website. So an important aspect of blogging is having a website that loads quickly. Most ad networks will slow down your website considerably, but Mediavine is not one of them. Now, in order to join, Mediavine they require you to provide and prove a few things. So you need to have 50,000 sessions per month to your one website. Now, they require you to share your login details from Google Analytics so that they can verify this. You can't just join, you need to apply and you need to be permitted. Now, Mediavine is the ad network that we use and love so much. We even work alongside Mediavine to bring the best travel blogging resources to bloggers worldwide, and we're really proud of that. Mediavine sponsors our events, like our upcoming event, which is called Travel Blogging Summit. It's going to happen in Nashville, Tennessee at the end of September 2023. I'll leave the information in the comments below. But basically, we couldn't recommend Mediavine enough. They go above and beyond for their community, and I don't think anyone who uses Mediavine would disagree with me on that. Now, the next ad network I want to talk about is called AdThrive. AdThrive is apparently now going by the name Raptive. It's another ad network that caters to blogging's top dogs, so to speak. So in order to join AdThrive, you need 100,000 page views per month. Now, a lot of people ask, well, what's the difference between Mediavine and AdThrive? Isn't AdThrive better because they require a higher threshold to be accepted? Won't I make more money with them? And I've dug really deep into this because I have thought about making the switch in the past. But after extensive research, I found out that those who move to AdThrive typically don't see an increase in ad revenue, and their customer support doesn't nearly match up to what Mediavine provides. So if you have shiny object syndrome and you're wondering if you should go for Mediavine or AdThrive, just know that AdThrive isn't necessarily better just because they require a higher threshold. Now, I will say one of the biggest perks about AdThrive is that if you have one website that qualifies for their ad network, because you're getting over 100,000 page views per month, they actually allow you to add another website to their ad network if you reach 30,000 page views per month with that site. Now, Mediavine actually used to do something like this, but now they do not. So although I just insinuated that Mediavine is the better option, the ability to add another website to their network with a lower threshold is definitely an upvote from AdThrive in this instance. Now, the ad network, the next ad network I want to talk about, it's called She Media. Now, on She Media's website, they state that you must have 20,000 readers per month in order to apply and be accepted into their network. That said, we have had a lot of students in our program, Scale Your Travel Blog, that have applied and have been accepted into She Media with as little as 4,000 readers per month. So the requirements are just a bit of a gray area there. Now, I've heard some mixed things about She Media. A positive is obviously that you can join and start making money from ads on your website pretty quickly after starting your blog. You don't need to wait for Mediavine and those 50,000 sessions to make money. As far as customer support, I've heard both ends of the spectrum for this. I've heard that they are really responsive and friendly and awesome, but then I've also heard that some clients get completely ghosted by their support team. So I can't really conclude or comment on that. Now, a few negatives to mention about She Media is one, I have heard that their ads do slow down your site significantly. You can always pay someone to speed up your site. That's always an option. Two, you won't make nearly as much money from She Media as you would with Mediavine. And three, they require you to sign a contract. This is a 1-year contract, meaning if you reach the threshold of 50,000 sessions and you want to join Mediavine, You'll either have to wait for your year to be up with She Media, or you need to break your contract. I've heard that they are pretty flexible with people on this, so keep that in mind, but it's an important thing to consider when deciding which ad network to join. Now, another ad network that bloggers use regularly is called Monumetric. Monumetric is very similar to She Media in that you do not need to have a ton of traffic in order to be accepted. On their website, it looks like their minimum is 10,000 page views per month, but it doesn't explicitly say that. So you could apply before then to see for yourself. If you aren't accepted, you can always reapply when you've reached their threshold. Now, I've heard that their customer support is pretty good, but I don't have many contacts to verify for this, so make sure to do your own research. Monumetric in general will likely slow down your website, as again, most ad networks do. But I've never heard anything outlandish from people about it like destroying their site. And again, you can always hire someone or just fix your site speed on your own as well. Now, a few negatives to mention about Monumetric is that number one, you will need to pay in order to get ads on your website if you are below 80,000 page views. Now, the setup fee is a one-time fee and it costs $99. That said, you will likely make that money back within your first month of having ads on your website anyway. So personally, I think it's a good investment. And second, it's typical that if you apply, you will likely be put on a wait list, and you probably won't be able to put ads on your website for a few months because they are so backed up with people applying. Now, if you're looking to make money from your website right away, then this can be frustrating and a challenge for you. But overall, I've heard pretty good things about Monumetric. Check them out. If you're looking for an ad network, I think you might be happy with them. Finally, I want to mention two more ad networks that I personally don't find to be worth exploring much, and I'm going to tell you why. The first is called Ezoic. Ezoic is an ad network that has made a name for themselves by doing a lot of cold outreach to bloggers. Unfortunately, Ezoic leaves a lot to be desired. Their customer support is lacking, to say the least, and their ads will completely bog down your site and make it quite slow. They don't even allow you to connect to outside plugins like caching plugins. For example, WP Rocket does not work if you are going to be using Ezoic, which is really frustrating as well. And basically, they want you to use their resources and plugins to speed up your site. Newsflash, they don't work. Now, I will say, out of the thousands upon thousands of negative comments that I've heard about Ezoic, I've seen about 5 positive comments. So it's not that everyone hates Ezoic, it's that most people do, but some people do like them. Now, in particular, if your website gets a lot of traffic that is not US-based, UK, Canada, or Australia-based, you might consider looking into Ezoic. They have more advertisers for that, and you could earn more money. But overall, I don't really recommend Ezoic. Now, finally, the last ad network I want to mention is Google AdSense. A lot of new bloggers tend to ask, well, should I just put AdSense on my website so I can start making money now? And the answer is always a big no. Do not put Google AdSense ads on your website. You'll make maybe 2 pennies and you'll be stuck with a really slow website that will never gain Google's attention because it's slow. And remember, Google likes fast websites. Okay, so those are the most common ad networks out there for bloggers. But now I want to give you a few quick tips that will help you make even more from ads on your website. Ad networks tend to pay bloggers per 1,000 views on their website. So for the ad network Mediavine, they have something called RPM. It stands for rate per milli, milli just meaning 1,000. I know it sounds confusing, but that's what it means. Basically, this means how much advertisers are willing to pay you per 1,000 views on your site. So for us as travel bloggers that have a majority of our traffic coming from the United States, our RPM is approximately $30 on average. So on any given day, we typically make between $100 and $150 on advertisements from our website alone. Of course, this changes based on the time of year. You'll make more in December than you will in January, and based on your content. Even based on which blog posts you're writing. Some of your blog posts will make more in advertising dollars than others. So for example, travel bloggers do not make the same amount as food bloggers or finance bloggers, okay? But what most bloggers do not know is that you can actually increase your RPM on your own. You have some control over how much you're making from ads on your website. So here are 3 tips to help you make even more from ads as a blogger. So first is to increase your font size. I cannot tell you how many websites I've visited where I've had to literally zoom in to read every word of text. Mind you, I am 31 years old. Yeah, I might have some vision problems, obviously, but I should not have to zoom in to read your text. Now, the cool part about this is that if you increase your font size, you will make more in advertisements because your content, it's going to be longer. It's kind of like that trick from high school when you would have to write an essay and you would like triple space your lines. You would make the periods larger so that it fills up more space, right? It's the same with blogging. If your content is longer, because your font size is bigger, you can fit more ads into your blog post, especially without it looking really overwhelming to your readers. Now, the second trick is to create smaller paragraphs. Use that return button. Go back to your blog posts and break up big paragraphs. Again, this makes your content longer and much easier to read. Now, I want to be very clear, blogging is not college. This is not college where your text has to be super grammatically correct. This is your blog. And you need it to be readable, especially for the average person. In the United States, an average person reads at a 4th grade level. So make your content easy for them to read. You're not writing this for your college professor, okay? So also, have you ever read a college essay? It's fucking boring. It sucks, right? Make it easier for people to read and make more money from ads by doing that, which is a win-win. Okay, and finally, the last trick I want to highlight is one that very few bloggers ever consider. A lot of bloggers just blog mindlessly without even considering this. So let's say that you're already on an ad network. We'll use us as an example here. So for us, I would go into my ad network dashboard, my Mediavine dashboard, and I'm going to look to see which blog posts are making me the most money. Remember, not every blog post makes the same amount of money based on who wants to advertise for it. Okay. So for example, our restaurants in Steamboat Springs post makes 10 times more from ads than our blog post about hidden gems in Bali. Okay. So keep that in mind. Not all blog posts are going to pay you the same kind of RPM. Some blog posts are going to bring you more ad revenue because advertisers are willing to pay more for it. And some blog posts will not bring you as much ad revenue because advertisers don't really care as much about advertising for that topic or destination. Okay. Therefore, I want to write more about the topics that will earn me more money. So go in and look, be aware of which blog posts are bringing in the most cash and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's as simple as that. Okay. So through this kind of research, I found that I need to write more posts about Steamboat Springs or Crested Butte or Colorado Springs, even Hawaii. My Hawaii posts on average have an RPM of 80. So I should write more of those if I want to make more money. If I was oblivious to this and again was just mindlessly blogging about what I thought was fun and what the keywords were telling me, I would have continued writing about Thailand and Bali and Ecuador. And these blog posts don't make nearly a tenth as much as my Colorado posts. All that to say, do your research and do more of what's working. Okay. So I hope that these tips were helpful for you. I hope you have found that this video was a great overview of what you can expect with making money from ads as a travel blogger. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Additionally, if you would like more blogging tips and information, I run a free workshop every single week, and you can find the link in the description below. And that is where we dive into deeper topics around travel blogging so that you get to understand a bit more of what's expected, what you need to do in order to make money as a travel blogger. Like I mentioned, it is a live training, so I show up live, yes, every single week. If it's not live, I will tell you, but I have never not had a live session. So if it is, if you go to join and it says a time, I will be there live and we can chat. Now, from there, you can decide if you want to join us inside of our program, which is called Scale Your Travel Blog. It is the #1 travel blogging program out there for people looking to start, grow, and scale their websites into predictable income. Our program is set up very, very similarly to a college course or a university course. We give feedback, we have done for you tasks, we give you homework, we have outlines and templates for you, we have group coaching and all of that. So we hope to see you inside of Scale Your Travel Blog or inside of our other videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.